Thank you, my friend, and hello to everyone else on LinkedIn. I really appreciate the video and the question. It's getting me really excited for next week, so I wanted to share some of my thoughts. So first, I want to say that venture investing during this period, what I call the great commoditization of AI, is really hard. And that more investors have come to me for advice and perspective on investing in AI startups over the last couple of years than ever before. And I think there's at least three reasons that make it really hard to invest in startups right now. First, it's unclear what's defensible. And it used to be that you've built really good tech, really good technology and code. It was defensible and it'd be really hard to compete. But of course, because of AI generated code and all the tools that we're building out there, it's really hard to answer what can be built today that is defensible tomorrow for the startup will be a long lasting moat. The second, which is a related one, is that many of the moats that dominated over the past 30 years of technology are disappearing, including the fact that for many years, a company's ability to hire a big team of very high caliber engineers was a really serious moat that would lead people to invest in one company over the other. But of course, as I just mentioned, with AI coding assistants and no code tools, that moat is also disappearing along with a lot of other moats, which leaves many questions about what's going to be defensible in the future. And lastly, consumer habits and expectations are changing really quickly. And I think it's really difficult right now to make predictions with any degree of accuracy of what consumer behavior will be like in the future. So if we just use the example of travel inventory booking, it's unclear if in the future consumers will largely go to OpenAI or Perplexity and book on those tools, or if instead we're going to have a personal assistant model where you're going to say, hey, assistant on my phone, go find me a great hotel. And it's going to use the data on your phone to go look at dozens or hundreds of sites to pick the right recognition for you. And it's also possible that all the work that the big guys, Expedia, Marriott, Booking, et cetera, are doing now will also pay off and that they will actually be able to innovate in the future. So the third reason it's so hard to invest right now is we actually don't know what consumer use cases, consumer behaviors are going to be like in the future. And most VCs investing today, including me, of course, have been doing this for less than the past 20 years, which means a lot of us have to update our mental models. And we're all trying to learn at the same time that founders and everyone else in the economy is trying to figure out what's going on. So as you said at the beginning, AI first is the wrong way to think, and I completely agree with that. A solution searching for a problem has never been a good business strategy, and it's still a pretty poor business strategy. So I totally agree. And as I've said thousands of times, AI is just a tool used by people to accomplish their goals. And the key here is that it's not the tools, it's the goals. AI is just a tool to accomplish your goals. So I completely agree with what you said. And lastly, on this point, I remind CEOs all the time that at the end of the day, AI is the means, not the ends. The ends are the same business objectives, the same business goals that CEOs and boards have cared about for decades. It's revenue, it's profitability, it's efficiency, it's productivity, it's delighting customers. All those various things are still the ends. And AI is just one really powerful tool to do that. So I totally agree with the perspective that, starting with AI and then finding a problem is not a very good business strategy. And I'll say that what makes investing in this era even harder is that it's really unclear what's going to happen to business tools and business applications. And I think that entire category is going to go through a lot of major changes. So I've been saying for a while, and lots of other people are saying now too, that SaaS is dying. And what I actually mean when I say that is that SaaS is going to lose all pricing power due to AI generated code. So instead of having to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for Salesforce or tens of thousands of dollars for QuickBooks, you'll be able to literally in minutes have AI build these capabilities for you, these tools for you, and specifically integrate them into your business with your specific headers and your specific needs and your specific features. So it's going to be significantly cheaper and probably a better fit for your specific business. So SaaS is dying. And then Satya Nadella just the other day talked about how business applications are all going to disappear and that AI agents are going to actually do a lot of the connectivity, a lot of like the process work that business applications do today. So again, with these two things together, it makes it even harder to invest in AI startups today. And I think what you said is correct. There's lots of investors out there that are investing in AI for blank and random tools. But at the end of the day, if I look at myself and other investors that I respect in the space, I'm looking for not just lasting solutions that solve complete problems, but I'm also very much interested in business model innovation, potentially more than technology innovation or product innovation, because of course, any technology innovation someone comes up with today is going to be commoditized within minutes because people can so easily copy it. And then I just finally want to conclude where you started, talking about the human connection and why I'm so excited for our event in New York in a couple of weeks and for all these other things that we're doing together in person. I strongly believe that in a world of ubiquitous AI, the human connection, a relation between you and your customers, between your customers and your brand, is the best differentiator. So I love that. And because of that, I can't wait to all be together in person next week.